Hey everybody, it's Alara. Today is a backstitch with me. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, you know I hate backstitch. This video is dedicated to everyone else in my boat. Janet, specifically, this one's for you. So the point of this is that if you have a project that needs to be backstitched, you got a little company. I'm not sure how long this will go for, because I don't want to swear on camera, and I get pretty frustrated with backstitching pretty quickly. So, yeah, I'm hoping. I'm left-handed. When I stitch two-handed, I tend to have my right hand on top of the fabric. Oh, by the way, this is Alluring Soceress by Dimensions. It is one of my oldest whips. I think this kit's from, probably the 90s. It's one of the Charts and Charms from Dimensions, the Gold Dimensions collection. And all I have left on her is the backstitch. I actually, if you remember in I don't even remember which video, one of my videos I showed it. This actually had all the backstitching done. I didn't really like how it was looking. And I thought I had read it wrong when I first did it, and this was actually a blended backstitch, but nope. It's DMC and anchor listed for thread, and I read it as a blended thread. And when I went to go look for color number 139, I was like, wait a minute, that's a variegated thread. So I double-checked the chart, instructions a little bit more, and saw that it was for anchor, not for DMC. And I'm sorry, I am a hoop flipper, and I don't know how to, that's really close to you guys. I don't know how to start threads, or at least backstitch on the front of the fabric. This video may end up being a little painful to watch. So we'll see if it even goes up. I don't know. I just don't know. So yeah. So grab your back stitching work. Oh, but what I started to say is usually I've got my right hand up here, so I try to angle it so that my knuckles aren't in the way all the time. But with backstitching, I tend to switch over to left-handed just because I have more control of where I go, and my brain is just, backstitching is not a thing I'm very good at. Half the time I end up pulling my first leg out. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I meant to print out a tag in case I do get confident enough to do something other than stare at this chart trying to figure out where the next stitch goes. Ugh. Like, how do you guys that do this on camera or even off camera figure out where the heck to put the next? It's like my brain goes on vacation when it comes to figuring out where this needle is supposed to go for a backstitch. I think I worked on Summer Stroll a little bit last night, just trying to get up the courage to do this on camera. I was cussing at her fast. Real fast. Like, I ended up having to mark breaks on the chart where the angle stopped at, like a junction point of a corner, if that even makes sense, because I just can't follow it. If you hear the cat growling, she's really upset that she's not in my lap right now. And now she's trying to play with the thread, so I'm sorry if this gets a little shaky. Yeah, I don't know how much talking I'm going to be doing in this video just because it takes so much brain power for me to backstitch. And that doesn't even look like it came up in the right spot. Oh well. A lot of the time I chuck backstitching, chuck it in the bucket and just try not to stress over how it looks or whatnot. And even on some of my more recent pieces that have a little bit of backstitching, I try to tell myself, oh, just do the backstitching as you go, it won't be so bad. But then I never figure out a good spot to stop to actually get that backstitching done. It always seems like it just keeps running into where I'm still putting X's in, and it doesn't ever make sense of where I want to stop and do backstitching. So I never end up stopping. I really hope that's not going to give somebody a headache watching that hoop go that close to that camera. Oh my goodness. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Like I said, this might be a really painful video for you guys to watch. But we all need some company when it comes to stuff like this, right? Ooh, the furnace just kicked off and it got really quiet. And now it feels weird to talk. Never mind, I was talking to myself to begin with. I think this is one of the reasons I don't like doing backstitching too, is because you find where you want your needle to go in, you get your thread secured, then you got to figure out where it goes back in. Sorry. And I hope you poked it in the right hole. And then you got to try not to pull your thread all the way through. Knuckles, sorry. Told you, painful. So yeah, how many other people have a love-hate relationship with backstitching? I love the detail it gives for sure, but man, I know there have been some pieces out there where I'm like, nope, that is way too much backstitching. Like black work, man, my hat is off to the people who do black work. Because I'm like, is that just a glorified way of saying backstitch? Because no thank you. So I learned something really interesting. Okay, now take it with a grain of salt because it was off the interwebs. I have not done my own independent research into it, I guess you would say. Not that this needs to have a bunch of independent research to verify, because people were chiming in left and right on the thread in the comments. But some people have, and it looks like most people have, an internal dialogue. You know, the voice in your head that never shuts up. I'm not talking, voices that tell you to go do something bad to people. Not like that. Like, just, your internal dialogue. I guess some people don't have that. And being a pretty extreme introvert myself, I think if I didn't have my internal monologue, I would get really lonely. Like, it would be a little more unbearable to... Oh, you piece of... It kind of likes to poke back out really badly. I had a couple of snags in here with that. But a lot of people were, well, again, not a lot of people, because it looks like the majority of people do have that inner dialogue. But some people were like, wait, you hear a voice in your head that like narrates your life? That's so weird. I'm like, no. It's weird that you don't. Not really weird, just interesting. Oh, I got a leftover backstitch from earlier. Squee chair. Okay, I've been staring at this next stitch for like an hour now. But I tell you, when I do backstitching, even my voice, even she shuts up, because she's like, what are we doing? This is hard. Why are we doing something hard? I don't know if you could hear that. I don't even know if I could manage a tag at the moment. That is how much brain power this is sucking out of my soul. I did finally tell my husband that I started a YouTube channel, but I told him he's not allowed to watch it. Which I don't think he wouldn't even really be interested in, because crafting is definitely not his thing. I mean, he sews with me for a living, but as far as like hobbies go, yeah, no, that's as far as his crafty world goes, is the work that we do during the day. He does not get it, which is fine. He just looks at my crafty haul and shakes his head and laughs a little, going, where am I going to put it? That's his thing. Where are we going to put it? But he knows doing this makes me happy and keeps me sane, so he doesn't give me a whole lot of flack for my secondary hobby of collecting. I think I am probably going to be, well, there's no probably about it. I'm going to go on a no-buy for 2022 as far as charts and quote-unquote unnecessary supplies go. And I think with the amount of floss that I have, what I will probably do is, if I want to start a new project, or you know, not a kit basically that doesn't have its own floss and stuff, that I'm going to work what I can with what I have, and then just make notes of what I need as I go. And then after my no-buy is over, and I'm sorry for my loud chair, I still haven't figured out how to oil it yet. You know, work with what I've got. Although that just leads to a massive buying spree when you take yourself off of a no-buy. And that kind of defeats the purpose, I think. So I may do like a budget myself, I guess. And, you know, spend X amount of dollars every month that I'm allowed, but restrict it to only things to fulfill a chart that I'm working on. Not to fully kit up, but just, you know, buy as I go, or buy as I need. Yeah, and buy as I go, with progress on a kit. And oh, no, see, I tried and I missed the hole. Wrong hole. Like, look, this thing is literally straight up, but I wrestle with myself. Do I go all the way up? Do I stop halfway through? How do I break this stupid piece of thread up so that it makes sense and it doesn't look bad? Ugh. Too much second guessing. Sorry, that's getting shaky when I step on the... Here we go. Forgot where I went down. Ah, cat. Stop running into the stand. How rude. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but she is just purring away at me like, Mom, why aren't you petting me? Dude, do you see this right here? Hi. Hi. You're not in focus. Nope. Where are you going? I always feel like I waste so much floss when I'm doing backstitching too. I am not a good planner when it comes to where this stuff goes. Like, oh, look. I probably shouldn't stress too much about where this stuff goes because nobody's going to know. For real. It's not like they're going to dig a chart out and figure out where I went wrong. It's partly my OCD, I guess. I don't have it real bad, but ooh, some things I have got to have a certain way. I blame that on my mom. Like laundry folding, who's with me? Towels have to be folded a certain way. My husband has given up trying to help me fold some of the laundry because he knows I'll just unfold it and redo it because I'm nutty like that. Why does that not look right? Nope. I have been living in sort of a semi-state of nauseousness. Nausea? Nauseousness? Nausea. For like the last week now. I don't know if you guys remember my, was it first floss tube? I had mentioned that I lost my sense of taste and smell last December when I got some sort of respiratory infection. Supposedly not COVID. I was tested. They said it was negative. But it has started coming back a little bit. Hi, cat. But it's definitely not coming back like it's coming back the same way I lost it, very, very, very gradually. And it's like I can only pick up certain chemical smells, which causes only certain smells to be active, or certain receptors, I guess. And almost everything just smells really, it's like an acrid smell. Like if you melted aluminum down and then threw it in an outhouse. That's what it smells like all the time. And pretty much anything I eat has that same acrid, metallic-y smell taste to it. except for things that are sweet. Things that are sweet taste fine. Which, when you're already overweight and struggle with a massive sweet tooth, is not good. Dude, stop. I don't mind cats at all, but I am definitely a dog person when it comes to preference of animals. And she has decided I am her human. Yeah, dude. I don't mind loving on her, but she's very hairy. I mean, you know, she's an animal. Duh. She sheds a lot, and I do have a slight cat allergy. Very, very slight. So I don't like handling her a whole lot if I can help it. That, you know, again, she smells to me. Even though she probably doesn't actually smell bad. I really hope you guys aren't actually trying to watch this because, man, painful. Painful, painful. The weather has gone cold enough now that I'm in my perpetual state of freezing. I have my space heater set up already. I'm in my hoodie 24/7. But I don't like wearing sweaters or sweatshirts or anything like that because I do, if I do get up and move around, I get overheated very easily. My husband keeps teasing me, "You're going to be a mess when you hit menopause." I'm like, yeah, probably. I'm definitely envious of you guys that can keep up a dialogue while you're doing anything like actively cross-stitching. I mean, I know I did it in the one, but I honestly had to do a lot of frogging after that video because I put a lot of stuff in the wrong spot. Oops. Now, where the heck? Okay. Here? Yeah. No. Where the heck? That looks weird, but that says it's right on the chart. Okay. That's, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a tiny piece of Kreinik that was like the filament part. Yep, pull it right out. I know you guys can't see this, but I pulled my thread out of my needle before it actually pulled underneath the stitches. Yeah, dang it. I don't have a pair of tweezers handy. Ha, I got it. Okay. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here. I just realized that I only have a few more minutes before my capacity is full, so I need to get some stuff deleted out. So yeah, that's all I've got done so far. Guys, thank you so much for joining me in my tiny rambles, because my brain can't function apparently while I'm doing backstitch. Janet, I hope you got some stuff done as far as your backstitching goes. And if anybody else joined us with our backstitching, I hope this was a little bit of company for you while you did that. All right, well, thank you so much for joining again. Thank you to everyone who has stopped and subscribed. If you didn't mind this video, don't mind giving it a thumbs up. Certainly appreciate it. And yeah, enjoy your journey, even if it's backstitching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.